Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video on the Chinese Zodiac and horoscopes. This morning we're going to be looking at the Tiger personality and what reading we have for them. So just like every other day, we're going to give the cards a shuffle. We're going to see what we've got past, present and future. And again, this is for the Tiger personality, but if you are interested in the Chinese Zodiac, then do hit that subscribe button, because we do 2 videos a day, every day but Sunday. And today we're going to be doing the Tiger and the Rabbit. Yesterday we did the Rat and the Ox, and tomorrow we're going to be doing the Dragon and the Snake. So make sure you hit subscribe and tune in for your weekly reading. Right, let's get this started. I'm going to get this ball rolling this morning for the Tiger people. Okay, let's see what you've been up to. Okay, I'm going to take that one from the bottom there. I'm going to take this one from the middle here. And I'm going to take that one from the top. And we've got 2 blacks and a white. So, not a great start. Not great at all. But looks like things are going to be getting better. So, let's find out more, shall we? All right, first card here, we've got the Rabbit card, the negative rabbit there. So I'm seeing something has been lacking in communication, because one of the biggest problems between the Tiger and the Rabbit personalities is that that communication, the lines of communication, they're not well connected there between those 2 personalities. So maybe potentially something's happened last week or, you know, previously, which has got something to do with communication, or just not being well connected to somebody, not being able to get through, maybe not being able to comprehend what somebody's trying to say. I feel that this is going to make you a little bit too conservative. It's going to make you a little bit too rash. You're not in a peaceful place right now. This is a place of sort of upset, conflict, maybe arguments, maybe there's some sort of like scandal, there's some antics, there's a lot of hot tempers about, maybe a few arguments that you'd rather not have, because you've got sympathy for these people. There's sympathy for the people that are around you that are involved in this. You're not heartless. I mean, you're a tiger, so definitely not. I mean, emotion is one of your strengths, but you do have sympathy for these people, but it's stuff that's got to be said. You are going to clash, and you have clashed. There's a very sort of diplomatic sort of time right now going on for you, and you're trying to avoid being aggressive. You're trying to avoid, you know, losing it and kicking off. And I guess that's one of the reasons you've kind of come back around into this reserved, conservative kind of in this kind of attitude towards things, because you're not sharing the enthusiasm with the people around you who aren't seeing what you're seeing. You are seeing it, and you are finding it very hard to bite your tongue. You've got things that you want to say. You've got experiences. You've got wisdom here. You know what it is that you've been through, and you want to share that. You want to try and use that in an advantage towards helping these people or helping somebody with their problems, but they are not having it. They really do not care for your expertise, do they? And that's left you feeling a little bit deflated. And that's why you're right now in this place of the snake. Yeah, you must be deflated. Wow, you're in the negative snake space. So snakes and tigers, that is not a great combination. You may find yourself being introverted, very quiet, and you may find yourself overreacting when you get confronted. Right now, you've had enough. You're at your last tether. You've said your piece. You tried to be diplomatic. You tried to share, you know, some words of wisdoms, and you got shut down. You're just basically being told that no, that's not the help I need, and I don't want it from you. And why should you help then if they don't want that help from you? You know, you're finding it hard to be sympathetic now. I mean, you were sympathetic originally. You were kind of feeling quite sympathetic, but now you're just pissed off. Now you're just pissed off. It's hard to be sympathetic right now, and it's easier just to be outspoken. It's easier for you just to be intimidating, because that's what you need to do when you feel threatened. You need to make sure that you are being the most intimidating of everybody, so that you can make your point and sort of stand your ground there. You know, with that snake coiled up, ready to bite, ready to strike, ready to spit poison. You are in a place right now where the littlest of things are going to irk you, and the littlest things are going to set you off. Yeah. You are in a very indifferent place than you are used to, and you feel kind of bound to this, as if it is something to do with family or something that you can't just walk on away. You can't walk away from this. You can't just give up on it, because it's something that it makes up your life. It makes up your reality. Maybe it's like a relationship. Maybe it's a partnership. Maybe it's sort of a marriage, family, sort of like kids, children sort of aspect. Maybe it's something to do with this, because you can't just get up and leave. So you're stuck in that place right now, and you have to stick to it, and you have to stick to that space you're in, but you don't want to be there. It's not a happy place for you. And that's relatively sad, because, you know, you want to help, you want to be there for them. You know, you don't want all the questions and the interrogation of, you know, the third degree of how you've got to the conclusions you have, because that just makes you suspicious of why people don't trust you. You know what you know, because you've lived it, you've experienced it, you've put the time and effort in, and people just aren't really paying attention. It's irking you, it really is. It's getting you upset. But you're thinking about this in a way where, do you know what? I'm just going to have to be a little bit closed off. I'm going to have to be a little bit more, shut the door in your face, because if I shut the door in their face, they'll soon start appreciating what I bring to the table. And I think that's kind of the attitude that you've got going into this bit here. Look at that. Look at that. That is the tiger. The tiger for the tiger today. Yes. You're coming into a place right now where you are feeling like there's not really much I can do about this. I am who I am. I've tried, and I'm just going to shut the door in your face now, because you don't need that hassle. You're a positive person, you're a productive person, you're an emotionally in tune person, you're an intuitive person, you know. Okay, yes, you've got your reservations. Yes, you know, you've got your suspicions and your flaws, and, you know, everything around you makes you question a lot of different stuff, and you can be branded paranoid at times, or overthinker at times, but it pays out, and it is paying out. You know, you've been really annoyed. You've been put into a place of annoyance. Somebody's really upset you, and they've made you kind of question who you are, and you've had to really think about this. You've had to think about this. So much thinking is being done here. You're thinking in three different triangles. Not only are you thinking from that sort of reserved, diplomatic, rabbit sort of perspective, but you've also got this deep thinking, intuitive snake card as well, which is also the negative karma card. So that's coming into play right now, presently. But then we're also moving into this time of the tiger, which is your card, your time. You are about to bounce back, my tiger friend. See, I feel like you're feeling unpredictable right now. You're feeling like things around you are unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen next. All you know is that you're not going to put up with the disrespect and the way that people have been treating you, or the way that this certain person, this certain thing, whatever this is, you have decided you're not going to put up with that. Why should you? Why should you put up with it when you could just as easily go back into your little hole, just close the door, coil up underneath a rock. Anybody gets too close, you can lash out, you can spit that poison, and you can keep them at arm's length. And then as you do that, you're healing, you're recovering, you're coming back into this positive place here, which is that positive tiger, which is basically you getting back on your feet. It's you getting back into the saddle. It's you making steps forward, despite the fact that people are doubting you, despite the fact that people are wanting you to change your ways, or, you know, there's people right now that have an animosity towards you. There's people right now that have this animosity, but it's going to be short-lived. It's very temporary. These people, whether they be friends, family, strangers, work colleagues, lovers, haters, it doesn't matter. It's going to be short-lived. And I think that it is going to come around where they're going to recognize your expertise. I think they're going to realize that you do know what you're talking about, and you do have that wisdom and that experience to share, and that you were actually right, and you know you're right. That's why you're in this defensive place. The snake is a very defensive card. The snake is very defensive. Not as defensive as the dog, of course, but it's still on the defensive. The rabbit is a defensive card. but in a different way. Doesn't lash out, doesn't spit poison, doesn't try and bite and coil around its prey. No, the rabbit runs and hides and basically reserves the right to protect itself in a way behind closed doors. It's not out for the offensive, it's there for the defensive. So realistically, you've got a defensive, and then this tiger offensive. That tiger is going on the prowl. That tiger is ready to attack. That tiger is at its last tether and it is about to let things loose. And that is a good thing, my tiger friend, because you need it. You need to remind people who you are. You need to remind people of this magnificence. You need to remind people that the tiger, the person that you are, this is not compromised. This is not up for negotiation. This is something that cannot be changed. You are a tiger and you will remain a tiger and you shall stay that tiger. And those that don't accept that, well, then you're not going to have that tiger in your life. And if you are that tiger that is going through this right now, you are going to start feeling so much more yourself this week that it's going to bring you a bounce back. It's going to bounce you back. And I think, realistically, that is going to be pushing you on into next week for some really good things. But we'll find out. We'll find out next week when we go over the cards again for the tiger. And we see how this tiger week for them pans out. If you have enjoyed that reading, please do leave a comment below. Hit that subscribe button and give us a like, because it really does help the channel. If you are interested in the Chinese Zodiac, or you are a rabbit in the Chinese Zodiac, then please do check out my video this afternoon, because we'll be doing another reading for the rabbit this afternoon. Until then, have a fantastic day, guys, and I will see you later.